This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. It's great to have you with us. Topping the news, the Grand Bahama Port Authority announcing plans today for a major infrastructural project that will benefit Freeport and East Grand Bahama. It is another effort that they hope will help with the further development of East Grand Bahama. Shashina Roll explains.
It has been a discussion for years, but now a new bridge connecting Grand Bahama Highway to Eastern Grand Bahama will soon be a reality. The announcement was made earlier today during a press conference at the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Sir Jack Hayward believes that a bridge in the eastern area will make life easier for all.
People coming into town wouldn't have to go round the long circuit round to Casuarina Bridge and Sunrise Highway. They would go straight ahead along Grand Bahama Highway, and they're into town, into the harbour, into the airport, and so on, and save a lot of fuel and time. And it will help the College of the Bahamas, faculty and students, and generally I think was very much needed. Others didn't agree with me, but I've thankfully had my way late in life.
3 contractors submitted bids to begin the construction of the new bridge. John Gallagher of ABC Construction, in partnership with Walk Construction, Treasure Coast out of Abaco, and Lucayan Prefab Company out of Nassau. Sir Jack revealing the submissions, beginning with the company out of Nassau.
They were $5,022,526.27. Well, in round figures, 5,023,000, rounding it upwards, 5,023,000. Treasure Coast Marine were an odd bid, but 4,221,800 less 5%, which made it 4,010,710. Call it an even 4 million. And ABC All Bahamas Construction was 3,980,000.
In the end, the bid was awarded to the lowest bidder, ABC Construction, who is partnering with Walk Construction in this undertaking. Sir Jack says both companies are well known and are local.
Congratulations, Godfrey. Okay. So it really is a very good day. There'll be employment of Bahamians, there'll be activity, and something useful will be achieved and built that will serve everyone very well indeed.
A contract will be drawn and the official signing will take place at a later date. Shashina Roll, ZNX Network News.
Grand Bahama could soon be recognized as a leader in fabrication for export in the industrial sector. Quality Services recently delivered a multi-million-dollar contract, the largest fabrication order ever exported from the Bahamas. Partners are hoping this will open new doors in the future. Natalie Martinborough reports.
After 4 months of hard work, crews at Quality Services completed the construction of a major fabrication manifold for Buckeye's New Jersey Harbor Terminal. The huge piece of equipment was loaded onto a barge at the Freeport Harbor over a 3-day period to be shipped to New Jersey. The work was carried out at a cost of $3.5 million. Management consultant with Quality Services, Barry Malcolm, says the project speaks to the quality of work that can be done right here in the Bahamas.
The work that's been done over the last 4 months by our guys has really been extraordinary. We've assigned a group of Bahamian welders along with from Panama, Peru, working as a team to put together what is a beautiful piece of equipment that's now being shipped out to Perth Amboy, New Jersey. The guys have worked hard, they've worked well. Welders, pipe fitters, electrical workers, mechanical workers have done all great work over the last 4 months.
Each manifold unit was loaded onto a barge using cranes and other heavy-duty equipment.
What the craftsmen are doing now are actually welding the superstructure of the manifold to these drums. Drums are in turn welded directly to the deck of the barge. This to make sure that there's absolute stability while this huge manifold, 5 manifold sections are being transported from here to New Jersey.
Those intimately involved in the fabrication work say this first Made in the Bahamas project could be the launch of a new industry here on Grand Bahama.
It's been a very fruitful process with skilled people and a smooth project. And I hope to have the same success when we offload in New Jersey.
We've been working on this, the construction of this manifold for the last 5 months. We probably concluded over 60,000 hours completely safe. No incident reported on this job, and we had to comply with a lot of standards at international level, and we are probably satisfied that the client actually recognized this from us, and once again we are proud of manufacturing the Bahamas.
The barge is expected to arrive in New Jersey on September 30th. Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
The Minister of Education, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, sharing details of his meeting with Borco during his last visit to Grand Bahama. Borco is now leasing the old Lewis Yard Primary School and has made a capital investment by offering technical and vocational programs at the school. Fitzgerald says he is grateful to the oil storage facility for its support in this private-public partnership.
It can have a tremendous impact on young people in Grand Bahama, and as the minister had stated, that him and the shipyard, along with the Minister of Immigration, Minister Mitchell, met and outlined certain criteria moving forward that they would expect from the industrial players in Grand Bahama with regard to labor, and what was being done to ensure that proper training was in place to make sure the Grand Bahama labor force was trained and skilled.
The Minister of Education also thanked the Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, who he says ensured that this public-private partnership remains solid. He added that he looks forward to working with Borco and will do whatever he can to assist the industrial giant.
Any duty exemptions that they are looking for, even though they're outside of the port area, as Minister of Education, I still have the discretion to recommend to the Ministry of Finance certain duty exemptions for institutions or training facilities that are used as training facilities or educational facilities, and that I would recommend those duty concessions for them.
The Lewis Yard Primary School has been relocated to the old St. Vincent de Paul School campus in Hunters. There have been reports of toxic fumes coming from the industrial sector that have allegedly affected the general health of the students and staff at the Lewis Yard Primary School. Borco also donated $103,000 to furnish and equip the students during their transfer in September of last year. The Bahamas Union of Teachers has filed several trade disputes, and officials are now in conciliation as they seek to resolve those matters. Area Vice President Quinton LaRota says 3 of the 6 disputes filed are related to Grand Bahama, including the concerns at the Morrismore Primary School. Now, in the midst of the apparent unrest, LaRota has this bit of advice for teachers for the year ahead.
It's a time in education now for partnership, cooperation, a spirit of excellence when it comes to what we're going to do with our students, modeling best practices, and really working together to achieve some desired outcome. We can't just compartmentalize the various groups that make up or that affect the educational process and discriminate against each other. We need teamwork. The administrators have to work with their teachers, and teachers have to work with their administrators to get things done.
The union leader believes a greater level of success would be achieved if there is a collaborative effort.
The teachers in Grand Bahama have put forth their very best, right? And I think many of the schools, and a lot of the administrators, they now get it. You can't manage a school by yourself. You can't do it all. It's staffed with so many people for a reason. Schools is not supposed to be a one-man show. And it's not about you. It's about what can this school provide in terms of an educational opportunity and training and values for the students we have. And I think if that sinks in and people understand how important they are to the education process, we can only get better results as we move on.
Now, LaRota says there are still some outstanding staffing issues, which he says the Ministry of Education is waiting for the public service to address. In other news, immigration officers on the move today, processing a group of migrants. The U.S. Coast Guard rescued some 13 Cubans near Anguilla Key yesterday. The Cubans were brought to Freeport for processing, and this morning they were transported by aircraft to New Providence, where they will be housed at the detention center. Now, 2 Brazilians, 2 Haitians, and a British national were also on board the flight. They were found here in Grand Bahama recently. They will also be housed at the detention center. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition continues right after this.